and I should have checked it. I don't know what I was thinking. Out my goddamn
well,
mind.
You guys are so professional.
Kind of appropriate. It's kind of appropriate for our channel, I think.
Mad skills.
It's very on brand for us to have over an hour of fucking silence.
We were just trying to be like, I want to say Garth Brooks, but I know that's not what I'm fucking thinking. Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what we're
know.
trying to be like. Simon and Garfunkel. We're just doing the sound of
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a metaphor. If you guys don't get it, you can't bother to be listening to hour and 15 minutes.
How do you not understand our avant-garde art or whatever? Avant-garde? I don't know what the word said.
Avant-garde? Yeah, avant-garde. About right.
Metaphor.
Why not?
It's modern art.
Yeah. That'd be great when I don't feel like we have to explain our art to you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You don't get it. It's always when. Have you guys seen Empire Records?
See what?
Have you guys seen Empire Records?
Yes.
That movie Empire Records?
It's been a long time, but yes, I've seen it.
That fucking line is always funny because he had glued the quarters to the ground, and then the kid that got caught shoplifting was like trying to pull him up, and then he was like, "Why? What the fuck? Why are you gluing these quarters to the floor?" And he's like, "I don't feel like I have to explain my art to you." So I always love to use that fucking line when it's something that's obviously not art. Yeah. Fuck you. You don't understand. Yeah. If you don't understand the hour and 15 minutes of silence, dude, I don't feel like I have to explain my art to you.
Yeah,
fuck
seriously. Well, what is it? What's the guy's name? Did the sitting down and staring thing that he was calling art?
Oh yeah, Ben something. Ben, not Bradley. But yeah.
From,
he would occasionally piss himself.
Shia LaBeouf. That's what it was.
Oh, the greatest reality TV show creator of all time.
Yeah, where he literally just like the whole thing was he just sat there for I think it was like 6 hours in a chair, and people just came in and sat down for like a minute or something each.
Yeah. Oh, well, he was watching his movie.
Or say anything. He just stood and he just sat and stared straight ahead. And he said apparently
he was
a lot
watching
of women
his movie.
like fucking molested him and shit. And it was like, god damn.
Yeah, it was a movie theater, right? He was watching his own movies.
No, I don't think it was in a theater. It was literally just in a room.
Oh, really? Okay, I remember him doing a thing where he was watching. Well, he did that too.
Well, he was doing it in one
room,
room, and then like some other lady was doing it in another room, and they were connected by camera or something. I don't know. Like there was a lot of weird shit to do.
Yeah.
It just didn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, the one. Oh, yeah, or the one where there are 3 of them, and they're all in 3, like each were in like these remote cabins somewhere in the middle of fucking nowhere. And then 4chan somehow figured it out because they're fucking, 4chan.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're fucking super autism, dude. Like it's a combined force of autism. Like they found him in like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, I do
just
like
based
the
off
flag
of like
thing. The
out
flag
of the
game was
stars
probably
or
one of
some
the
shit.
best things in recent like meme history. Like that's one of those ones that's gonna be interesting if it's still like if people still even know about it in like 1,000 years. It's gonna be one of those things that's like, I don't know, the equivalent of us looking at like, weird rituals that like Romans did or something. Like we're just like, oh, we don't know why the fuck they did this, but for some reason, they all just really like doing this. And they're gonna be like, we're not really sure why, but they all just picked this one guy to be angry at and then just kept finding him and tearing down his flag.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. No, I was looking it up trying to figure out exactly what it was, but you remember his He Will Not Divide Us thing that did on Trump's administration?
Hoodoo.
That was fun.
Well, that's what started it. It was the He Will Not Divide Us. You put a flag up in like Times Square in New York. Or something like that. Or somewhere in New York, not Times Square, but like somewhere in New York. And somebody stole the flag, and that's where I think it started. That's when the Hoodoo hunt began in earnest.
Well, it started with a live stream.
Yeah, it was a live stream in New York. Yeah, they just never stopped. It was always on that fucking flag. And somebody
And
stole it.
all kinds of different people would come up there. I think some people walked in as like cosplaying like Snake from Metal Gear, and just being like weird autistic people rolling around. One guy was just like dancing like a crab.
Oh, the fucking Britney chick, the one who led the live stream, Britney Venti or whatever, who was pretending to be an airhead. Like that was her whole shtick. Was just nobody knew for like the longest time that she was like faking it, but like the character was the thing. Like she was big in that thing. That a lot of people.
She was trolling for the longest time, just sort of pretending to be this, pretending to be that, and.
Yeah, because people would like donate money to support things because it was funny, and she would pretend to cry, and you know.
Yeah. Well, dude, some of the fucking trolls that they did towards her were really fucking funny, though. Like
that was the thing.
Yeah, that was an
nobody
interesting
really was sure she was trolling for a long time. Like,
yeah, no, she was definitely pretending to be an airhead. Yeah, yeah.
She just did it so well that it was like, this could really be an e-girl.
Yeah, yeah. No, she was, pretty good at it, dude.
Sadly, I think it was really the only thing she had that was even remotely entertaining. Like, she just has nothing else to go with, other than tips.
Yeah.
So she's milked it as long as she can, and I don't know if she's even still, like, relevant anymore.
She is. She lies.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it's like most e-girls. Like 99% of her fucking males, simp males.
Yeah.
Well, she went from being like pretending to be an e-girl to actually being an e-girl.
Oh, is she selling pictures and stuff now and all that?
No, she just does streams and gets donations and super chats and stuff.
Yeah, she's just not pretending to be as stupid as she used to pretend to be.
No. Now
she's at least playing video games or something, that it's better than being a titty streamer, though. Unless she's obviously riding on the titties.
I think the worst e-girl thing that like blew up there was that OK Boomer girl.
Oh, she's a fucking monster. She's a terrible person.
I mean, I think she's just sort of
about how socialism is awesome, using capitalism to make money in a socialist country.
Yeah,
like she
showing off her $2 million apartment.
Exactly, yeah. She has like many millions and all that kind of stuff. She's benefited from capitalism because of a meme, and she did really well. And then she's a socialist and starts railing against capitalism. Like, bitch, you live the most privileged life anyone could ask for. And you're upset because it was capitalism that gave it to you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Show some gratitude.
God, that was...
Yeah, I understand a lot of people think she's hot. That is not my type of fucking woman. I hate the flat face shit, dude. Not my style.
Yeah.
That is not my type.
I'd like to see a lot of these channels shut down.
Yeah, it's tough because obviously they're taking advantage of fucking dumbass simps, dude. But yeah, it's not.
Well, I don't know. At least some sort of age restriction or something, because we have a fucking, like you can't gamble until you're 18.
Right.
Like, I mean, we should have some rules about who's allowed to watch these streams.
I wish I knew how people monetize memes, because like that OK Boomer girl, she did, she got in there and got herself some money. But there was another girl, I'll try to remember who it was. She does cosplay. I'm trying to remember who she is, but yeah, she didn't capitalize on any of that. She didn't know how to. She just sort of thought, yeah, okay, I'm glad people are having fun.
Well, like, not everybody's interested in doing that. A lot of people have other career goals in mind, and they're just having fun with what they're doing online.
Well, some people are like, yeah, I would if I could. It's like, if I could make money at it, it's like,
yeah. Some memes there's no way to capitalize on, though, too. They're just too, like, generic. Like, they don't require the originator. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do a overly attached girlfriend without the overly attached girlfriend girl. You know what I mean? Like, you need her to make the meme. But there's some memes where it's like, yeah, you made that meme, but it's so prevalent now that it doesn't matter. Like you're not. There's nothing about it that you can monetize because everybody can do it.
Dude, I actually the chick that chick I actually really liked. She was actually pretty fucking cool, and not all. You know, obviously that was the girl that did the overly attached girlfriend thing.
Oh yeah. She I think she got tired of it, and then she started going super left wing, and it started basically doing exactly what happens when you get political. Half your audience is gonna hate you now. So
yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, she had a whole like speech about leaving and stuff because people started getting too mean in the comments, and like it was just not rewarding for her anymore, and she didn't have any other direction like to go.
Yeah, I think she actually
moved
moved here.
But it failed, and then also her boyfriend makes a fuck ton of money. I think it's her husband.
Oh, really?
I mean, he made like really good money, like he's a doctor or something. Well, she's not gonna marry some poor guy. Are you kidding? Fuck that.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I followed her. Like I watched her videos and shit.
No. Her first stuff was really good. Her stuff for the first couple of years was really good. And I don't.
Yeah, I
care that
remember her
she was
saying she
political.
wasn't doing it anymore.
Pointing out that like she started to kind of go down that road when Trump got elected. She started doing like some anti-Trump stuff. And as happens when you get political, regardless of what side you get on, you're gonna kill half your audience. That's why entertainers should stop fucking doing it.
I don't remember that at all, dude.
She totally she started doing some stuff that was anti-Trump. People got flipped off and mad, and also she just kind of ran out of shit to do. Like, because I mean, the well was gonna run dry. You know what I mean? Like, she's actually married and like living a fucking suburban housewife life. She's at a certain point, it's like time to stop. And so she just got tired, and it was time for her to move on with her life. And I think it was partly because of the and she didn't go super far. Like, I'm not saying she went like Young Turks or anything like that. She just made a couple videos bashing Trump, and then just because you don't get political if you're not already political, you're gonna alienate half the audience, even if it's mild at this point. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's stuff like, it didn't bother me. It's not like I was upset. You know, I don't care. You don't have to, she didn't have to like the same candidates I like. And let's be fair, if anybody can stand to be made fun of a little bit, it's fucking Trump. This guy's a fucking goofball. He's fucking crazy. But that'll fucking get your audience every time.
Speaking of Young Turks and crazy, I'm okay. I don't watch the Young Turks, obviously, because they're insane.
They're awful.
One of the there was like a former person who used to work there. Now she works at like the Majority Report or something. I think it's called Sam Sear. I think the guy's name is. I might be mistaken. That guy's a fucking asshole. Holy shit!
I can't stand that dude.
I'm like, I don't know. I only watch him for the cringe at this point. But anyway, I guess he has an audience. I guess he has a thing. Well, apparently that woman who used to work for Young Turks now works for him. Like, was on Tim Pool's stream not too long ago, and my God, she was an insufferable person. Absolutely insane. I had a hard time watching the rest of that because I just wanted to just punch my screen. Like,
yeah, I don't blame you. But like, all those people are fucking insufferable on that channel, honestly. Like, I don't know, how do you pick out one that's more?
What, you mean on the Tim Pool, or do you mean like the Majority of
Tim Pool, the Young Turks, all of them. Like, they're all fucking insufferable. How do you pick any of them?
See, I pick them based on the guests. Like, they had like Ethan Van Sciver on. He was the guy who's like with Comicsgate and comic books and stuff. So like that's cool to me. And sometimes
at least it's an interesting, it's like a conversation.
Yeah, it depends on the guests, because most of the time I don't really care. But sometimes they'll get someone like an Alex Jones or who knows what. So like that's the only reason I come in. I don't really go that often. But
I like the Tim Pool shorts because you get everything you need to know about whatever they're talking about in the first minute, and you can just click off after that.
See, and that's what I heard when this bitch was going on off of Tim Pool, and essentially, asking him like when do you start appealing to neo-Nazis? It's like what are you talking about? And then she went on to saying
Tim Pool talked about murdering Jews is like a good idea. That's a weird one.
Yeah, and so it's just like the things that was brought up was so insane. I'm like, what? I get having a different opinion, or like when he brings on like I think truly insane people like Vosh. Have
Oh
you
yeah,
seen that
yeah.
guy?
Well, Tim will talk to anybody as long as it's gonna give him like the views. He doesn't care.
And fair enough, but like I look at someone like Vosh keeps coming on, and that's fine, but like he's so bloody crazy. He's so insane.
What was it, Tim? I saw one where Tim got really mad because he brought on a guest who turned around and said like that they were all really, really mean to her and treated her like shit. And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, we invited her to come over early and hang out and get to know everybody before the show, so she would feel more comfortable like talking with people and have a better idea of how to interact prior to actually being on air. And we also invited her to come over to like sushi beforehand. Clearly, we were treating her like shit.
I think that's the one I was talking about earlier. The bitch who was like talking about like when you like when did you start applying to the neo Nazis or something like insane woman.
Yeah, just ridiculous. Well, I mean, the concept that you're actually not calling anybody a Nazi for anything other than, you know, being a staunch supporter of socialism by force or murdering Jewish people makes no goddamn sense. Like, this is, you've already gone off the rails at that point.
Yeah.
As far as I know, the qualifier for Nazi is, you know, wanting to murder the Jews.
Yeah, probably.
Because they take all the money from the poor people.
So I got to ask. I'm watching the stream. Is this like a Minecraft mod?
No, this is Conan Exiles. It's based off of the world of Conan the Barbarian. And you mine for like resources, you build bases. Like when I read over there, you can see like a base. It'll take a second to populate it. And there's also like monsters and stuff that you fight and all that kind of stuff. And you build bases. And there's a whole bunch of lore. So like, in most survival games, there's really not an end, right? Like you're just competing against other tribes.
Okay.
In this game,
he says no, it's not Minecraft, but what he means is kind of.
no, it's not. Well, it's not Minecraft. It's very different. Minecraft doesn't let you like go and explore a bunch of dungeons.
Yes, it does. What are you talking about?
Oh, it does now? Because it didn't last time I played it. I haven't played in a very long time.
Well, it always has. They just don't call it dungeons, just caves and stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, I just meant because you have to like collect building materials, build up a base, and do all that kind of shit.
Well,
I was being a smart ass.
It's there's also a bunch of dungeons where you can go through and collect a bunch of stuff, and eventually your character figures out how to get out of this exile. Because essentially you start out with your character is like robbed of their position, all of their stuff is stolen by their enemies, and they're left crucified in the desert to die in this strange realm called the Exiled Realm. And then Conan the Barbarian comes and fucking cuts you off your cross and gives you the chance to go out and like make your life or whatever in this realm. And like, you know, he goes and hangs out in the fucking tavern of the only city that you can find in this world. And you go around and you collect different things and you do different dungeons and you find out like why you were trapped here. You find out that this whole realm was created by a race of weird alien-like ancient people, and they used humans to do like their work for them, and so like that's why you can't leave, because it's an old fence that they created that prevents people from leaving. And once they put the bracelet on, or a bracelet on you, you're stuck there forever or whatever. And then eventually you find the way to remove the bracelet so you can go back and like take vengeance upon your enemies, presumably, because once you like your character walks out of the desert and then like it's gone forever, and then you beat the game and you're done. You've won Conan Exiles. But it's a lot of fun to do all the other stuff, and I like building the bases and running the dungeons, but I'm not gonna like beat the game anytime soon. Just because, like, you know, I don't want to lose all my shit.
Gotcha.
The main thing that takes a really long time is these little other NPCs that are following me. You have to go catch them and then like knock them out and tie them to the Wheel of Pain that Conan gets broken on in the Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah.
You build those, and that's how you convert thralls to be your servants, essentially. Your slaves.
Oh, you just
and
break
then
them
they
to
fight
the.
stuff for you on. Yeah, you break them on the Wheel of Pain.
They're unpaid interns, remember?
Yes. Here at Babylon Inc., we have unpaid interns. We don't have slaves, but they're hired by placing them on the Wheel of Pain, and then after you beat them unconscious with a giant club. And then you fucking, get yourself a nice fighting thrall fights for you. And then it's really interesting. They have PvP where, like, base, you raid other people's bases and all that other shit. But on PvE, because you can't blow up other people's bases, they have a purge function, which is everything you do more or less contributes to the purge timer building up, purge a meter or whatever. And then when it builds up to a certain point, you trigger a purge, and a purge will randomly attack however many bases you have, it'll randomly attack one of your bases. And it's just a whole bunch of NPCs coming in as like a big army to fucking destroy your base. And you gotta defend it. So it's like, it's not quite as boring as something like Minecraft, because like you build the base because otherwise the purge will kill you and it'll fucking take all your shit and you'll have to start over again. So, and then you gotta defend your base, so you gotta like get these thralls in order to have them like fight off the purge people for you, because you can only fight so many at one time and you get overwhelmed. Even if they're super weak. And then depending on what part of the map you're on, it's like how difficult the purge is. So like it might be really easy if you're in the very beginner areas, but if you're in like the end areas of the game, it's like really fucking hard to fight off, and you'll probably lose half your shit if you're not careful. But it takes like hours to train the thralls up to their max level so that they're useful. And that's the part that people don't want to lose.
Okay.
And, like, it could take upwards of 12 hours to take somebody and train them up to level 20, which is the max. And you can have, how many can you have again? Yeah, I'm just a solo player, so I can only have 65 followers.
Only 65? That's bullshit.
Only 65. Yeah, you know what? If somebody wants to buy the game and sign onto my plan and then never show up and play anymore, so I can increase my follower limit, that'd be great.
Oh wait, is 65 really not adequate?
You need 65. Like you can end up.
Oh yeah, I guess you're getting attacked like that. Yeah. I gotcha. They're cannon fodder.
Plus, there's other followers, like you can get horses and you can ride rhinoceroses, and you can have like pet like lions and tigers and pet jaguars and wolves and saber-toothed cats. There's like saber-tooths in here. You can have them as a pet if you want. So you could use them to decorate your base as well, kind of thing, like catching all these cool-looking animals and training them up. Bears, you have a bear if you want. Oh, and a camel, which is, of course, because fucking, the scene where, fucking Schwarzenegger punches the camel in the face in Conan the Barbarian and, like, knocks it out. Like, it's in, like, both of the movies he punches a camel. So they have camels in here. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's very good if you're kind of like not really doing anything else and you're kind of bored. But the lore is also a lot of fun to go through.
Nice.
Speaking of lore, so I call this lore because it sounds like it. I'm very curious on the belief systems of flat earthers, and I bring this up bring this up because I look because it. So now I'm pulling conspiracy theorists and whatnot, and sometimes we'll talk about flat earthers. But I'll listen to like what they have to say because I want to give them a go. And they have this map of what they believe to be like the actual Earth, and they say there's an ice wall, and that's why the water doesn't flow out and everything. But apparently there's lands and islands outside of the ice wall, and then there's another ice wall behind that. I'm like, so how the fuck were you able to know? How did we know that there's other land outside of the ice wall? Like did we travel it? Did we go over there? And no one really has any answers, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
But what they did say is, they say there's an ice wall, then there's more ocean and more islands that are like kingdoms and other places that we haven't explored in some time. Apparently, when the Earth heats or something, then sometimes the wall will have some holes in it that we can travel through. So I'm guessing that's how it works. But then they say that there's more islands and ice walls after that. And those are much colder places to visit. Huh. I thought, okay, this is interesting. I don't know what to think about that. But then we have other things like pyramids in the Arctic, which is another thing, which apparently is real. You can see it on Google Maps, which is kind of frightening.
Really? I'd never heard about that.
See, there was a broadcast, and they did talk about it on the news. There was about the discovery, and they actually sent a team up there to explore it. But we don't know what happened to the team because they never talked about it ever again. This was back in the 90s, actually.
Oh, CNN. Well, it's much easier to quiet things down because once you've made a news report,
yeah,
like it's just gone. It's into the ether. There's no like digital recording of everything.
Exactly. Well, there were recordings that did show up.
I'm sure some people happen to get it on tape for sure.
Yeah. So like the pyramids and stuff in the Arctic is a thing. The team did go up to explore, but they never reported on what they found. So we don't know, but we know it's there.
And it's extremely difficult to get to the Antarctic. Like you can't just go as a regular person from any country. Like you can't just go travel there because you want to, as far as I'm aware.
And then there's other shit happening
because it's like the Antarctic is literally like every country owns it, sort of thing.
Sort of.
Yeah, it's split up very strangely.
I mean, the reality is it's mostly Russia and China and the U.S. own it, but like it's supposedly owned by everyone.
So what there is,
scientists that study things there.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, there is things in the Arctic. It actually is a fairly popular tourist attraction. And there are places you can go, but there are places that you can't go. Partially because there's nothing set up there. So, like, there's, like, great mountain climbing, other kind of things you can check out there, snowmobiling, Arctic. There are scientific research labs over there as well. A fair bit of them. So, there is stuff to do. But you can't venture out too much further because it's kind of inhospitable to most people.
Yeah, it's really easy to die because we don't have all of the luxuries of modern society there.
Well, and they do warn you because you can do mountain climbing if you want, but they do tell you that like things happen. Sometimes the temperature can drop so much, or the weather can get so bad that people go missing. And if you climb some mountains, don't be surprised if you come across a dead body. Half the time you can't even the amount of time and money it takes.
Is like once the body is there's only not much you can do.
Exactly.
Yeah, Everest is the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times you pretty much just have to leave them, and that's exactly what they do, and that's kind of horrifying. I mean, there are stories of people who'd go up on these things to challenge themselves, and someone might get injured or whatever. It's like you either risk bringing them back or you just save yourself, and people tend to save themselves half the time, and it's like the most heartbreaking thing ever. That's why I probably won't go up on those mountains, because it's like you can't go there alone. You gotta come there with a team, and anything can happen. And like, can you live with yourself knowing that you may have to abandon someone?
Yep, I'd be fine.
Well, not everyone
can.
I
think that would be an agreement between everybody that, hey, if the rest of us are not.
I would literally say, like, hey, look, if one of us is so injured that there's no realistic way for the other person to, like, take them back and not die as well, then, yeah, one is better than none coming back.
Well, and that's all fine to agree to, but in the moment there, with like you know, when the person who's dying is definitely gonna be screaming for their life, like please don't leave me. That stuff will stay with you. Whether no one, unless you're a psychopath, but yeah, it's gonna stay with you. And I don't know, man.
Well, I would.
Yeah, it would be tough to do, but I mean,
I don't
yeah.
know that I would ask somebody to leave me there. As much as I would be like, can you take that ice pick? Fucking hit me in the back of the fucking skull really, really hard so that I'm done.
Yeah.
Before you.
Yeah, dying quickly is much better than dying slowly.
Or you know what?
If dying is definitely going to happen.
One bullet. Fucking.
Right. Or a cyanide capsule or something, dude.
Yeah, really. Although I've
Everybody
never
got
been out there
cyanide
anyway,
caps.
I was fucking dumb. I have no interest in that at all. But
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's some fucking crazy shit people do. Like climbing like a El Capitan with no fucking ropes. Like just free climbing a fucking granite cliff face, dude. That seems fucking insane.
oh, like
to me,
when they
dude.
started it was one of the Mission Impossibles. They started that with Tom Cruise, like doing that, like free climbing, where he's got no ropes or nothing, he's just fucking hanging on the side of a fucking cliff.
Yeah, I don't understand the appeal of that at all, dude. It seems like somebody who wants to die but can't bring. So, they're like, I'm gonna keep doing this until I finally slip up and fall to my death.
I do think you're right. I think Tom Cruise has a death wish.
Yeah, he does insist on doing his own stunts. Yeah, I do give him respect for doing all his own stunts, dude. Fucking lunatic.
Yeah, what was it? There was somebody who was talking about working on the Top Gun movie, the new one, not the old one. And they were like, and he insisted on flying the fucking plane. Like, there's Tom Cruise flying a fucking airplane or something like that. Like flying a fucking fighter jet. We were very concerned because we didn't really want this. We wanted this to be done by a stuntman.
Yeah, or the one like where there's like two dudes, like him and the bad guy, towards each other and fucking jumping and running into each other. Yeah, he did that stunt, dude.
Speaking of flights, did you guys hear about that airplane lady, the one who said like that guy isn't real or that motherfucker isn't? Have you seen that video?
No.
Oh shit! So there's this blonde woman, and she's on a plane. And the plane's gonna get ready to take off, and
yeah. Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. She's freaking out, and she's making a scene on the plane, and she's saying like I don't care if you believe me or not, but that motherfucker right there, that motherfucker's not real. And
how did the guy that wasn't real react to that?
Well, we don't know. The video didn't show him. See, because it was.
How are we supposed to know if he's real if we can't gauge his reaction?
All we know is that he has a green hoodie, and like there's like it's
not fucking real.
Well, yeah, there's glances, and then there was another guy on the plane who was like sitting in the seat across, and he looked at the guy, and apparently he winked at him, but his eyes winked. This is according to the guy who saw him. He said that the guy's eye he winked in the wrong direction, like instead of like horizontal, he winked vertically.
Like the guy in Men in Black, like the guy that fucking Will Smith chased down. Okay,
like that. So that's how he was describing him. Now, again, we don't know. We didn't see any footage, but here's the thing: that incident happened about 6 days ago, and people are very curious. They're trying to figure out who this woman is and what exactly did she see, because they want to get like and all that. But no one's found her. We're on day 6, and the internet is like weaponized autism is in full swing, and they cannot find this woman.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's something. So that's to me is the real mystery. It's like we're talking about the internet. Of course they're gonna find her. And yet somehow they can't find her. I don't know. Like, granted, it's only been 6 days. Give it another week or so, then I'm gonna get wondering.
Yeah, she's an attractive female too, from what I understand. So she's gonna out herself eventually. She's gonna fucking go.
So she's probably not poor enough that they can just lock her up for having mental health issues. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and other people are saying, oh, she's just drunk, or she was high, or she's on her period or something. They're just making all these excuses. It's just like, okay, all right, but all right.
Oh no, I was saying asylum because like if she was one of the people who is normally locked up on a regular basis, she might not have social media.
I mean, maybe
That was just one possible way why it would be so difficult to find her as
I
such.
put
But if
I
she's
put a
riding
picture
a
of
plane,
her.
that's extremely unlikely that she would be locked up in an asylum because once she's like dangerous, they can't keep her in because she could afford like a lawyer. You know what I mean? Like,
All right, I put a picture of her in the general chat, so that way you can see what she looks like.
yeah.
Like, she's not an unattractive woman, but she is freaking out. Now, other people have said because she was doing stuff with her pointer fingers, they said she was making a satanic thing. Like, I don't know. I think that's just reaching, but at the same time, it's just like
I've
weird.
seen a JPEG or not a JPEG. I've seen a YouTube video that was about her. I just didn't watch the video, but I've seen like the thumbnail. I recognize that thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. Wait, did your stream freeze?
No, I tabbed out
Oh.
so I could look at the picture. So nothing, no input. Video game stopped moving.
Oh, I thought you were in trouble there. I'll be right back. I gotta make a phone call.
No, I never watched that video with her in it, but I saw stuff of like I saw a bunch of thumbnails talking like mentioning her.
Yeah, one of the shows I was watching was, if she wasn't an attractive female, nobody would give a shit about her.
Well, and if
this
she's
would
somebody
hurt
who's
me and not
regularly
voter.
locked up, it's entirely possible she wouldn't have like social media or if
Yeah,
she's
access
really,
to
really
social
paranoid,
media.
she might keep herself off the internet as much as possible.
Like, yeah, all the other not real guys are.
Well, I was listening. I like to listen to those Reddit stories, the wacky Reddit everybody clap stories.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And this lady was talking about how she works a graveyard shift at a hotel and she has her dog keep her company because the company's like friendly with pets and the hotel allows pets, so they're fine with bringing her having her dog there with her. Helps the because the customers like it and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
And then she talked about this guy who started yelling at her dog because he barked at him once, and then like she never barked. The dog never barked again. He just barked at him like one time, and the story's all normal. And then suddenly the story goes. Also, my other job is as a keeper of the light and a guardian of the galaxy, or not a guardian of the galaxy, like a keeper of the guardian of the light. And he was one of the evil dark people that was like, okay, all right, we've left reality now.
That's fucking awesome.
He was like a lizard man, and she was like a light keeper that prevents them from taking over, but they're from like the devil and blah 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 blah. It was just like, all right.
Oh yeah.
Well, that story took a giant left fucking turn out of nowhere.
Oh, so you're crazy. Okay, I got it. I gotta get my thing. The battery's running low, so I gotta get my shitty backup headset ready to go here. I should have figured these things were not fully charged.
Oh yeah, we didn't use them, so how would they be?
Nah. I got it on backup. It keeps saying battery low every once in a while.
Battery low.
No.
You should raise it higher. Put it up on a shelf or something.
Aw man, Samaj wasn't watching the right one. I had a message for him in the chat. That you don't get to look at it. It's not for you.
Now I have to. I mean, I wasn't even gonna look, but now I have to.
That was me being a smartass, dude. Shockingly,
look,
me being a smartass. Can you imagine?
Yes. That's so weird. I've never expected that of you, sir. Jesus.
Yeah, did you check it?
Fucking castle over here. Why does everybody build a shitty fucking generic castle? Where the fucking price?
They lack
man.
imagination.
Like 90% of the builds are just giant castles, and it's like, alright, cool. Like, that's kind of cool. It's a big round building. That's like totally different than the standard generic castle. But it's like 1 out of 100, you know?
Right. It's fucking. Yeah, if you're not gonna do something like halfway unique with. Fuck.
Yeah, like I found a place and I put my base way up in the sky. And then I built it all along the top of this giant fucking wall. Oh.
I guess they just lack imagination. I know the battery's low, lady. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, I figured castle is like a standard fantasy thing, so it's just like the easiest one. But if you actually watch any of the Conan stuff, like they're almost never like the standard castles. It's just like giant constructions.
Okay.
Like the one with the first one, like it ends on a giant like pyramid thing, like a sacrificial pyramid, like kind of halfway between the Egyptians and the Aztecs.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aztecs and all that, that's another thing I've been noticing of late. Because again, only conspiracy theorists, but about like ancient civilizations, which we keep finding more and more of, because we unravel them and we've been discovering more. Like some that are older than the pyramids, which is quite fascinating to hear about. There's a lot more out there. Like apparently, did you know there's a pyramid in the rainforest? And we found signs of a civilization that lived in the jungles.
That's not surprising because it's really hard to travel and find shit in rainforests and jungles.
Well, okay, people living in there, that's not all that surprising. An actual fucking pyramid, that is. Like, and when I mean like pyramid, I mean like pyramids.
No, I'm saying like
they get overgrown
things all the time. It's not that uncommon to find new constructions in the thing, and it's not surprising that there might be a society from like way back that also did pyramids. Who knows? Maybe the Egyptians got here.
Maybe.
I mean, it's cool, but like I thought they discovered stuff there a lot.
We've been discovering stuff all the time. Like there was another one where apparently there is a thing in the Grand Canyon. If you follow in there, there's like an actual tunnel and a stairway that leads down to the area with Egyptian stuff inside of it, which makes you wonder. Yeah, well, apparently it was the was it the Smithsonian? No, it wasn't the Smithsonian. It was some other museum place that funded the research to look that place up, and they did discover a bunch of Egyptian style everything else, but they had to stop the investigation into it and actually stop it because apparently a lot of nations were getting quite upset over the discovery of all this because it kind of redefines all of history, or at least all of like
at least what they know of history had to change because now they know more, so they didn't like it.
They didn't like it at all, and so it was causing all kinds of international incidents. So they actually sealed it up with like concrete and stuff. They actually stopped the investigation. They still have all the research they've done, but there's still more to be done and then more to explore in that whole area because they found.
That's so fucking dumb.
Well, it's either you do it or you have a potential war on your hands. I don't know. It's so dumb. You're right, but that's
take
how
the
it works.
fucking war.
I don't know, but it's like
I don't think these countries would really go that far. I think they'd give up a lot sooner. I'm just saying.
Maybe. But this was like a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, fair point. Yeah, a long time ago.
It might people might be more open to this stuff nowadays. So we'll have to see. But it's all been brought up. So yeah, Grand Canyon might have something. Like I'm really curious. I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I know it's massive, so could have a number of things in there.
Yeah, no, I've heard those stories too. Yeah, it's pretty crazy shit. How they seem to not want to let anybody explore any of the non-approved areas or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to want to keep people out. I have been to the Grand Canyon multiple times since I'm in Arizona, obviously. Every single time I'm like, God damn, I forgot how big this shit is. Like, it's fucking amazing, dude. It's something where you really have to be there to just fucking get the scope of it. And again, even being there multiple times, I forget. And then I go back and I'm like, oh yeah, this is fucking nuts. It's very impressive, dude. Definitely worth it if you're anywhere in the area.
I mean, I've never gone, but I've seen enough pictures, and I'm not really a fan of heights, so I don't think I'll ever be going.
Yeah, no, you don't
like
get that
the
close
ones where
with
they
it.
like ride like a donkey down to the fucking bottom and shit, where you're like,
Yeah. No, there's plenty of places that you're not. It's not going to fuck with your sense of heights or whatever. Because I'm also not a fan of heights. But there's plenty of spots you can see. It's just weird to look down and see birds flying way below you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, they made it like like a little overlook thing where like the floor is glass, so you can kind of look down through there.
fuck no. That's fucking
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah, I've addressed. I've kind of conquered my fear of heights to an extent because there's definitely periods of time when I was younger that I would not have bothered with that. But there's plenty of spots where you can see down into it without actually
I'm
being
just
near
not-
the edge.
It's not even about the height. I'm just not going to trust a floor made of glass. Even though,
Yeah,
like,
well, no, you can see
intellectually,
what it's.
I totally
yeah.
understand that it's completely, safe. Like, I don't.
Yeah, you can see the solid steel holding the shit in place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's.
I don't think my monkey brain would handle it. My monkey brain would take over and be like, "Get the fuck off!"
Yeah, you don't need to see it that bad. You
Yeah,
can see it from here. Yeah, that's the other thing. You can see it fucking. Again, 'cause it's miles across. You know what I mean? You can see plenty of it
Yeah,
without
that's
getting
what I'm
anywhere near the edge.
I don't need to
Yeah,
look through that glass. I can see it from here, and it looks great. That's awesome, guys. Excellent work. I gotta go anywhere else.
But yeah, it's something that really you have to be there to fucking really grasp the scope of it. It's not something that totally comes through with just pictures and shit.
Hard to comprehend the way that that you feel until you've actually been there. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, even being there, I forget.
You know what? Honestly,
until the next time.
I feel like that probably also applies to like the redwood forests.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been to those at least once. And
But until you've
yeah.
actually walked through a redwood forest, it's really hard to understand just how fucking huge that is.
Yeah, and how just primeval it feels, dude. Like how you really
you're in a
expect
forest for giants and like dinosaurs to come around the corner. And
Yeah.
eat it.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, dude, I half expect a dinosaur to come running around the fucking corner here somewhere. Yeah, it's fucking that's just fucking crazy too.
It's nutty.
So yeah. Actually, it's only about a month till a little over a month before we're fucking heading over there in that area. And I think my son might actually come. I think he found a babysitter for the grandpuppy. So he might actually be going. Because again, it's something I feel like that's another one that everybody should experience at least once.
The redwoods.
Just seeing the gigantic fucking trees. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. You're like walking through these forests of trees that are like bigger around than you are, like tall. It's like, oh, okay, well, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, fuck, I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to
like if
remember.
you were laying around the side of it, it'd take like 8 of you. Or something like that with some of these trees.
I'm trying to remember where that area called the Devil's Tower is.
I think it's Wyoming, maybe? Or... It's one of the smaller, fucking less populated. Yeah, you mean talking about the one from the Close Encounters movie?
Maybe. All I know is that it's an actual tower-like place, and it's quite intimidating when you think about it. When you look at it, but if you take a helicopter ride over above it and you actually look at it, it looks like a giant tree.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's like a petrified tree. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Ooh, we have a petrified
yeah. It is
forest nearby
Wyoming.
that you can go hiking in.
Yeah, it is Wyoming, by the way. Yeah. Let's see, Devil's Tower National Monument. Yeah, there's a few things like that where it literally looks like a gigantic tree thing, like the trunk of a gigantic tree. Oh, yeah, here it is. There was a gigantic bear that cut the claw marks into it, and that's why it's got all the lines.
Oh yes. Everybody knows the story of the tale of the gigantic bear.
Let's share it here. Hold on. Yeah, I was looking up the pictures, but of the actual thing, but I came across that, and I felt I had to share it.
Huh. But then how did the people get up there?
It more looks like lava that like froze in place, flowing down it or something. But it does also, yeah. The tree thing is not the craziest idea either.
Well, one of the that picture, fuck that just looks intimidating as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's because the crystalline structure of certain kinds of stone.
Maybe.
Well, like there's other areas where they have like stones that are like perfect hexagons. Like they just do just because of the crystal structure of certain kinds of stone. Like there's areas where it like turned into a bunch of just like hexagons, like perfect hexagons that are all like in the same area. And people,
Yeah, I think
they found one group of them, and they were like, "We found Atlantis," and people were like, "No, that's just a
Nan Madol. I think Nan Madol was like that. They were using those hexagon-y shaped things to build a lot of Nan Madol.
Nan Madol.
All right, dude. I get that you have to cover, your alien heritage or whatever, but you don't have to specifically, deliberately mispronounce shit. Yeah, I'll get a picture of it. But yeah, it was basically like they used all those to fucking to build up. It's like an island in somewhere in around like Thailand, like that area, like it's Southeast Asia area, where they built this huge fucking. Trying to get a good picture of the fucking. But yeah, they used those kind of rocks or whatever because it was just these hexagon-shapey things.
Nan Madol.
Got a good picture that actually shows it. Yeah, it's like a super old. It kind of shows it. Yeah, not all of them were like, exactly hexagons, but all of them were pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one kind of shows it. It's close enough. Post that. But yeah, they basically used them, just kind of stacked shit up. All the hexagony stonies.
Oh, they used the way that stone broke naturally as a way to like cut it so that it would pile up without, falling over.
Yeah. Then like one layer would go one way and then the other layer would be perpendicular to that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta build shelter. You gotta build it out of something. If you got a whole mess of rock, it's like in places like Italy and Spain, there's a lot of old stone houses like they were from like way, like like 1,000 years ago.
Right. Yeah, stone tends to last a while.
Yeah. But they're like little stone hut kind of things that just something just around all over the place. Like they'll be there. Because, why would you tear it down unless you absolutely had to? It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Fucking Cambodia's got the ones where it's like massive temples built out of stone, but they're not like mortared together. They're just fit perfectly.
Yeah. There's spots in there's some spots in South America that are like that too.
Yeah.
Where there's giant stones that just seem like they were like cut to fit, kind of. But yeah, there's no, like, you literally couldn't fit a sheet of paper in between these things, dude. There's no mortar or anything. They're so exact.
I know Japan had that. Like they had to tear down an old Japanese castle, and apparently the whole structure is put together without any nails or screws. And
they have special ways of like cutting wood that fits together like puzzle pieces.
Yeah,
to join a lot of their stuff. It's crazy.
And what surprises me, they did that, and they built an entire castle, like layers upon layers of castles, of those floors. It's just insane when I think about it. It's like that's just assembled together like a goddamn puzzle.
Yeah, it's nutty.
Yeah, even the places where they actually just cut the shit out of the rock, like Petra in Jordan, which was in one of the Indiana Jones movies, right? Yeah, where there's a spot in Jordan. This picture here illustrates it perfectly. Hold on, let me put that Discord. But yeah, they literally just cut into the mountain and cut the fucking shit out. Yeah, just cut into the mountain and created this shit.
Yeah.
That's not the only part of Petra, but that's like one shot where you can see around it where it was just regular stone, and they obviously just cut into it.
Oh yeah, they used that in the Indiana
cut out
Jones
the fucking
movie.
castle or palace or whatever.
Maybe not that
right into the fucking
thing,
side
that
of
was
the
like
stone
an
mountain.
Indiana Jones movie thing.
Yeah, I would love to know how they did that. I would love to know what was the engineering.
I think that one was the what was it? The Last Crusade.
Yeah, Last Crusade.
The way
they do it, Samaj, is they start at the top and slowly work their way down.
Pretty sure they used Petra in the Indiana Jones.
You just pile up a bunch of dirt so you get to the top, and then you just take the dirt out as you work your way down, carving it out.
Petra, Indiana Jones.
It's like those giant buildings where it's like huge domes and stuff. That's how they built those. They would like.
Yeah, I believe to date back to 9,000 BC. They did that shit.
Yeah.
Basically, 11,000 years ago.
Yeah, like
they cut that shit out of just the fucking side of big ass stone.
They would just pile up dirt and build the rocks around the dirt, and then dig the dirt back out. Which is, a lot of work now, but they didn't have ways to lift up those giant stones and set them together so that they wouldn't fall.
Oh shit! Did I cut out? Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still on. We could hear you mumbling.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Oh, okay. Sorry, this headset is really fucked up.
Yeah, we heard you mumbling. It's all good. Uh-oh. Oh well.
Okay, there we go.
Humans were very ingenuitive back once upon a time.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive, though. I mean, you fucking 11,000 years ago, they were able to do something like that.
And it was all just with giant piles of dirt and fucking...
Yeah, just constantly getting into it. But that had to take fucking forever.
Like metal chisels and a bunch of people with hammers.
Yeah, like that had to take fucking, Jesus, hundreds of years, I would guess? Or at least dozens, right?
I mean, when people are pretty much replaceable, yeah, it didn't take that long.
Fucking You can just throw misery and humanity at it,
Yeah,
something long enough.
You know, what are they gonna do about it, man? They're all slaves. Are they gonna complain about it? They gonna get unionized? I don't think so. What was that sound?
Oh, I ran out of cigarettes again.
Ah, okay.
So that is the sound of something scraping across a Rockstar bottle.
Rockstar bottle. Gotta get more smoke.
Or can, sorry, not a bottle. It's not easy to make a steamroller out of a bottle.
Oh, were you you have tobacco, but not like actual cigarettes?
Yeah.
Death will be as mean to us as you like.
I'm sure this is healthy, you know, smoking it directly without having it run through a filter or anything.
I mean,
it's part of my long-term procrastinator.
I think the filters out a whole lot of much, honestly.
Well, I don't know. It changes color. It's got to be filtering something out.
Like the tar, I suppose. Maybe a little bit of tar.
Yeah. But since I have no interest in prolonging my life, who fucking cares?
Yeah, I quit smoking because like it started to feel bad and like it was just too much fucking money. Ultimately,
yeah.
It was already at like $7 to $8 a pack when I quit, and I think it's up over 10 a pack now.
Yeah. Well, the American Spirits are about 11, almost 12. Regular cigarettes are probably right around 10, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Here, and then in California, yeah, probably well over.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were 10 the last time I bought my dad's cigarettes. That was a couple of years ago, so I assume it's gone up.
Pretty safe bet. There's not a lot of things dropping in price nowadays.
Yeah.
Apparently, like mosquitoes are dropping in Maryland.
Well, that's
There's some
a
sort
bad
of
sign. Like mosquitoes are one of those like.
Well,
One
so
of those
what's
indicator species.
what I see here, again, I don't know. I'll double check on this one. There's like a festival thing going on there, and there's a helicopter overhead. And it looks like it's dropping mosquitoes.
Oh, weird.
That's what I'm getting. It's all over like the video. It's in general. I found on Twitter, but yeah, the people are just swatting away mosquitoes, and it's like everywhere.
Have you ever seen the African village where they eat mosquitoes?
Yes, I have.
Like, you've seen them do it, though? Like, where they just scoop bowls through the fucking air?
Yep, and then they just get them. I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's so crazy. And then they make, like, hamburger patties the size of, like, hockey pucks and just fucking eat them out of mosquitoes squished together.
Yep.
Oh, that's so hard to watch.
Those are the bug burgers that Klaus Schwab wants to get everybody used to eating.
Yeah, really? You see that and you're like, that does not look like a fucking thing I want to put in my mouth. It looks like something that you would not fucking survive eating, honestly. Like, you'd just fucking be dead.
I always hear people use that as an excuse. They say, "Oh yeah, see they eat bugs here." It's like, yeah, they eat bugs because they're too poor to have meat.
Yeah, there's nothing else that they can get. It was it was either that or fucking die.
Yeah, they're not doing it on a dare or something like that. They have to live.
If you gave them a choice, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you know who eats a lot of bugs? North Koreans, because they don't have a choice. Like, that's literally one of the things that they'll do to fucking survive is get bugs.
Yeah, it's not like they're passing on the fucking medium rare ribeye. Fucking eat bugs.
Yeah, no, I've yet to see or hear of North Koreans who come here and who are like, yeah, no, let me get those bugs, baby. Fuck this red meat bullshit.
Yeah, fuck this prime rib bullshit.
Oh man, that is ghastly.
Yeah. Oh shit! Didn't you just post a? Yeah, you posted a video about that like recently, right? About the North Korean chick that was talking about like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for a while we got plants to eat, and then
I mean,
eventually...
it's common knowledge. It's not like she was the first person to say it, but yeah, she was talking about it too.
Yeah. But yeah, though eventually we can't eat plants anymore because they become poisonous or something.
Yeah, during the winter, like the chlorophyll, like something or other.
Yeah, makes it poisonous.
People eventually, yeah. So they're like, yep, that's when we got to start eating bugs to, you know, survive.
Yeah, and they're not allowed to like hunt and stuff like that. So if they like they get, I don't think they can get animals or whatever without risking like being murdered and like your whole family being murdered with you.
Yeah, for poaching the king's deer.
Kind of thing,
Like,
yeah. Pretty fucking
Hey, I gotta head out. Hey, I gotta head out, so I'll talk to y'all next time, okay?
All right.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah.
Joy of
Yeah. That shit's pretty fucking nuts.
Death will be as meaningless as your life.
God damn, yeah, I would hate to live in North Korea. That would just be so miserable because like you don't have to just worry about yourself. Like they don't just punish you. So like if you fuck up, they're gonna murder your whole family, which is just that's fucking dark.
Yeah, they don't want anybody thinking about revenge, so they're just gonna kill your entire family just in case.
Exactly. And then
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because you see how well South Korea is doing. Like they're fucking tearing it up, and then North Korea is still just in the fucking, essentially the fucking Stone Ages.
well, the only reason the leader of North Korea lives in luxury is because he's got trade agreements with other countries to provide the things that he needs.
Yeah.
So, like, if it wasn't for the fact that, like, China and Russia buy coal from North Korea, he would be living just as miserably as the rest of his people.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it extra fucking gross, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's a very tiny percentage of the population that gets to live in anything
he's like,
approaching.
you can make my people into just slaves and do whatever you want with them, get coal out, and just give me that Mercedes-Benz. Yeah, that'll do it. That sounds good.
Yeah. I want a McDonald's in my fucking palace.
Exactly.
And then they'll build like fake cities. Dude, that's so fucking nuts. They literally build
where they make it look like when you're walking down, it makes it look like a prosperous area. And people have to come and pretend that this is like normal, where they all have food and like grocery stores.
Yeah. And then as soon as the foreign people leave, it all gets cleared out.
Well, I think it's similar to Khmer Rouge, like in Thailand, where like it was not the same thing, obviously, but like the Khmer Rouge was like when the leader of Thailand decided to make everything socialist or communist, but he was still at the top.
Right.
For fucking any communists that are fucking listening.
Yeah.
And then
still
killed
a hierarchy.
everybody that disagreed with him and made everybody into farmers. Like he just decided that everybody would be happier as a farmer from now on. So
Yeah. Well, literally, they'll kill off anybody that can be considered like an intellectual. Teachers,
so a lot of the farmers and a lot of the intellectuals died because a lot of the farmers were like, "You can't just take my fucking land." And then turns out they kid because they were killing them. But you know, and then a lot of the intellectuals who were speaking up against them were dead too. So like, nobody who fucking survived. Like they just like nobody really knew how to grow crops other than like a few people. So like they ended up starving to death because there were just so many people and just not enough food to go around because nobody was gonna grow it anymore.
Joy of slaying.
All the fucking murders.
Yeah. Turns out that's not a sustainable policy.
Yeah.
Of killing off the people that know how to grow food.
Yeah, killing the most intelligent people in your country, and then sending a bunch of people who are like, I know how to fix computers, and I know how to build a car. Congratulations, you're a farmer now. I don't know how to do this. Blam. All right, next. Like. weird how that wouldn't create a stable and productive society that could easily support themselves and take care of their own needs. Test
Exactly.
Your whatchamajigger phones. Try driving to the store to pick up cigarettes and see if it still runs, like the whole, how far away can they connect?
Yeah, it switches over to mobile data. But mobile data fucking sucks here, especially. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I'll be listening to like a live stream or something when I'm walking the dog at the park at night.
Yeah.
Because you can't really walk your dog before like 8 o'clock in the summer here.
Yeah, no, that seems like it would be awful for the dog. The fucking heat, yeah, that would not be good for your pupper. Like, if nothing else, like his little foot would fucking burn on the ground, I would imagine.
Yeah, the sun has to be behind the... It doesn't have to necessarily be dark, but the sun has to be behind the horizon.
Yeah,
below the horizon.
I imagine it would, like, literally burn their little feetsies.
Yeah.
Walking on the cement with no shoes.
Concrete.
Yeah, because we get those big rubber shoes, man. It's not fair.
Yeah, now I find myself play fighting with my dog during the day, so you get my grandpuppy. So he
Burn
actually
up that
gets...
energy.
Yeah, gets a little bit of fucking energy in, or a little exercise in. He seems to like it.
Yeah. A dog
And
who is playing? That's so weird.
Likes to bite shit? A dog? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Shocking. Yeah. And again, he's a golden, so he's good about not actually biting down. Although sometimes he does the spur gout thing where he just fucking goes nuts. And then I'm like, all right, dude, that's enough. Settle down.
Man.
Yeah, it's funny because he'll normally, outside he'll fucking, just haul ass, tear ass around the yard or whatever. But he tries to do that in my room, and there's not a lot of room to run. So he runs like 3 feet and fucking spins around another 6 feet and fucking. It's funny to watch. I should probably catch it on fucking camera.
We had a husky for a while, so I totally have seen a dog who is meant to be running around in much broader, opener spaces, not able to run around a lot, get real fucking rowdy.
I'll try to find the video. There's a video of the one of the big golden retriever channels where he does exactly the same thing, where they jump at you with their front paws, like split out wide, and they jump towards you. It's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, and then they're like fucking.
Yeah, here I found it. I'll share it. They do it in slow motion. It looks so funny. Well, at first they don't, but they do it in slow motion. You can see like the eyes popping open and shit. But yeah, he'll do that like in my room, like towards me, and I'm like, all right, do you know how much fucking room to do this, dude?
Well, never tell me the odds.
But yeah, if you watch that, it shows exactly. Yeah, I don't know if that's specific to golden retrievers or not. That particular move.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
The rubbing against everything, specific to golden retrievers or not either, but that's fucking... Like when they're happy, they fucking like rub against a wall or just whatever, your feet, your legs, like whatever, dude. They just kind of rub against everything with the side of their body.
Really?
Yeah. I do it to my mom all the time. Like when I bring them in, I had to start taking the harness off as soon as we got inside, because he would do the rub like against her legs when she was like sitting on the couch or whatever, and the fucking harness would keep grating against her legs. So I had to start taking the harness off before he fucking did it.
We had a fucking cat, like a little calico cat that was super old. And her favorite thing to do was to sit on your leg with her paws like over your knee. Like, so you were just sitting down like the standard sitting down, where you're sitting down, your hands on the armrest, your legs straight in front of you, like you're like the chair shape kind of thing. She would lay down with like along the top of your leg, and her paws would be on the front of your knee, and she would just sit there and do the fucking making kitty biscuits into the fucking front of your knee with her fucking paws.
Jesus, dude.
On the one hand, she was just so fucking old. It was like a thing she picked up as she got older. And so you felt really bad if you didn't pet her. But on the other hand, it was like, it fucking hurts, man. Like,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't sit in your lap any other way. She just, that was her thing. It was so fucking obnoxious.
Oh, fuck. Oh yeah, the only way I can generally get my dog to snap out of the weird puppy time thing where they just go nuts is to let him lick my face. I just have to say face lick and let him lick my face for like a few seconds, and he'll stop, because it's like his favorite thing to do. It's
weird.
Yeah, it's
an odd little fucking tick your dog has there.
Yeah. Well, I think, it's a golden retriever thing too, is licking, mostly faces, I guess, but they'll lick your feet. If you got your feet exposed, they'll lick your feet.
Yeah. That does sound fucking
or your legs. But whatever, it gives them, I'll let them do it occasionally, but I can't. As much as I love the dog, there's only so much I can fucking take of a fucking dog. Because, dude, I tried to fucking hold out and see, like, how long will he do this for? And
before it gets really
I held out for about a minute and a half, and he was nowhere near stopping. He won't stop to, like, it's funny because he just constantly licks. He'll constantly lick your face or whatever, and he won't like stop to breathe out of his mouth, so he's constantly exhaling out of his nose on you. It's fucking weird.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's a little, it's, again, I love the little asshole, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, it's still a little weird too, because it's just like every few seconds, it's just like like out of his nose on your fucking face.
That would get really fucking obnoxious, yeah.
Yeah. No, like I said, before this dog came along, I would be like, dude, there's no way I'd let the fucking dog do that. And I do, for as long as I can take it.
Well, you said it stops him from being in puppy mode.
Yeah, it's like the one thing
that needs to be stopped somehow.
Yeah. Because, if he starts trying to run around and tear ass through this tiny ass room, my son never fucking cuts the hair that grows between his paw pads, so he doesn't get great traction. Because the shit's grown like a good fucking, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch at least beyond his fucking pads, between all the paw pads.
Huh.
So like go on a wood floor like we got here, that's fucking, you can't fucking do it. It's just fucking slipping around everywhere.
Gotta watch out.
It's also, it's incredibly difficult, because every time I go to grab his paws to try to like cut it or whatever, it's a pain in the ass because he thinks you're playing with him. He won't stop trying to bite your hands when you're fucking doing it. Although it's also the fact that I would constantly do that to fuck with him. I would grab his paw, like, this is mine, my paw. Like I'm fucking taking his paw, so he'd freak out and try to bite me.
Huh.
That's probably not helping. I saw one solution, but I'm not sure I'm willing to do it. This bitch fucking basically wrapped her head in saran wrap and smeared chunky
the peanut butter thing. Yeah,
forehead.
I remember that.
Saran wrap, so that she could fucking, like, tend to his paws while he's just licking her fucking, saran wrap and peanut butter covered forehead. It's like one of the few things that would distract him long enough to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm willing to go that far.
But I mean, it doesn't seem like it'd be that bad. It's on saran wrap. It's not on your head. And if you make enough
You also
saran wrap, like the
seem to
dog
be,
is licking your head directly, so that would be.
Conscious of the difference between putting his paws on your body when you're wearing a shirt and not wearing a shirt.
Oh
They-
yeah.
You know, his fucking claws don't get through to your skin, but when he does it when he's not wearing a shirt, it's a very different thing.
Yeah. Like the cat doing his fucking.
Cut out. Am I still coming
no,
through?
I'm still here.
God damn it.
Hello? Why is my guy stuck walking?
God damn it, dude. Alright, am I still coming through or no?
You're coming through. I can hear you. If you can hear me.
God damn it. This thing's getting really fucked up. Okay. Alright. I'm hearing noise.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say because I could hear you the whole time.
Alright. Yeah, so it's just the alright. Got your message. Yeah, dude, I have to like fuck with the thing to get it back on or whatever.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
What?
Oh, did I accidentally? Oh, that's what fucking happened. Okay. I accidentally consumed a potion that I found to reset all of my stats. So suddenly my character couldn't move. I was like, what's going on? Why? Why am I walking so slow?
Oh wow. Sounds like the shittiest potion ever.
Well, it's really useful. So, like, you can respec your character for different purposes. So, like, right now my character is specced
Right.
to have 2 followers and to be able to carry as much as he wants to carry. Like, you have a certain amount of inventory slots you fill up and it can't carry anymore. But weight won't make your character go any slower or not be able to run. So, if you're right now, there's like a 12-day. We're like right in the middle of a 12-day, 3 times harvest multiplier thing, and they never do that. It's all because they fucked up a thing that they were doing, like on one of the updates for the new thing dropped, and a bunch of stuff got deleted, and fucking what is it? Your I'm trying to think of it. Oh, what was it?
Yes.
One of the building pieces just arbitrarily like got deleted on a bunch of people's bases, so they all lost a bunch of shit.
Wow.
And so they were like, well, we don't know, like they have no way of knowing any specifics. So like they don't know like exactly what everybody lost, and there's no way for them to just like undo it and give everybody back everything.
Right.
So they're like, well, we'll just make a harvest thing where like everybody just gets a buttload of stuff if they want it. Which is pretty cool, and I'm just enjoying it right now by collecting as much shit as I can. That's why I'm just running around like just buying in everything, because usually I like going through the dungeons and going and fighting stuff, and like I do the resource gathering when I need to. You know, like I want to build something, I gotta go get supplies, sure, but it's not the majority of what I want to do. I want to fucking run dungeons and build cool bases and stuff. So I figure you put in the time now and gather it like 3 times the rate, and I'll save a lot of time later.
Yeah. You won't have to harvest for a fucking long ass time.
Yeah, walking out of the volcano with like 700 gold bars instead of like 200. So I'm just getting all the stuff that's really fucking high end. Like star metals takes a long time to gather because it's all over the place. So it's like I'm gathering all that as much as I fucking can, and I'm getting gold and silver and getting a lot of stuff that's processed, like processing stuff, so that I have a bunch of stuff that I can use without having like it takes up less space in my inventory.
Nice.
Pretty nice. Because like if you gather stone, you're gonna take a bunch of space. But if you process the stone, 5 of each stone turn into 1 brick. And if you process it further, you can turn the brick into hardened brick with a bunch of other shit. So why not process and store like the finished product instead of the each component, which would take for fucking ever instead. It's working out where I'll have a bunch of stuff to do all the fun stuff when the event ends. And I've already got a couple of pretty large bases, so I don't need to build for a while.
That's pretty cool.
Like I built a river base because it's nice to have access to fish and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be a huge advantage to be able to triple up all your shit, or triple up your efforts.
Yeah.
Definitely got to take
saves
advantage.
a lot of time in the future. So gather now while the resources are easy to get. And, like I've got chests and chests and chests of healing potions now because it's like, why not? Like, why not just get a whole bunch of fucking healing potions? Because it's super fast and super easy right now.
Yeah.
Later on, it'll be really difficult and take a really long time to do the same shit. A lot of people are just I don't know what they're harvesting up, just like playing it like normal, and it's like, dude, this shit never happens. They don't increase the harvest rates very often for anything. Oh, and they made it so that the stuff respawns twice as fast.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you get like 3 times what you would normally get, plus, the spawn rate for all the nodes to reset is really high. I'm sure you care a lot about that. you play this game.
Joy of slaying.
That is the one downside of this game, is it's really not very popular. There's not a lot of players. So, like, I don't know anybody that plays this game. And then, well, Satan and Lyman both played it for a while. But they wanted to play PvP, and then they would get really mad when people would fucking
Murder
them or blow up the base and take shit. And, I mean, granted, there were some times when some stuff got done that was really fucking lame. But at the same time, like, it's a fucking game. Like, you're gonna lose shit.
Yeah. There's going to be griefers if PvP is involved.
Yes, exactly. And we have the option to play PvE where you don't have to worry about them stealing your stuff or raiding your base.
Yeah, unless you stayed not logged in for 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah, so, and there's even, like, the option of PvEC, where, like, it's PvE for 18 hours, or, like, except for these 2 6-hour blocks during the week, or 1 6-hour block during the week, or something. So, like, you can't kill each other, you can't steal each other's stuff, except for, like, during really specific hours, very occasionally. And so, like, and they would even get mad at that too. It's like, well, I mean, maybe you're not meant to play fucking PvE on this.
Yeah, you might want to
fucking play PvE, build the bases, explore the dungeons, get the lore. That's what I'm doing. That's what I enjoy.
Yeah. Fight
Although,
the
to be
purge
fair,
guy.
I wasn't as upset over the loss of stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, you kind of have to accept that as part of the deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
if that's
I
what
played
pisses you
before they
off.
played with me, and it was like, yeah, sometimes your base gets raided and people steal your shit. It sucks. It's how the game works. But it's just like the way people were doing it at a certain point got to the point where it was like, alright, this is getting creepy. Like, I don't know about this. And then, what do you call it? The weird thing where we got like betrayed by the team that was like, hey, we're gonna help you. We'll be your allies. And then they fucking steal all our shit and we're like not even out of Noob River yet. It was like not cool. That was just like, it was just too much of that where it was like people wanted to get like weird and personal over it instead of just like playing the game.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, again, you have to fucking be able to accept the fact that that's going to happen. Otherwise, you might as well not play. Because you're just going to keep getting pissed off.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then I moved to PvE because I got tired of like the attitude and the way people were doing stuff. Because there's certain unspoken rules in PvP, right? Like there's an area called Noob River, and it's where it's really easy, and the very brand new people can really learn how to play the game and learn the combat and all that stuff. And so it's considered extremely uncool to go and raid a base on Noob River when you're way past being on Noob River.
Yeah.
And also, it's a place where a lot of people gather, like, supplies, because there's just a lot of, like, wood and stone there. And it's really easy to gather that, plus the healing herbs. So it's generally like, hey, this area, we're just going to leave for the people that are new to the game. They can build their first base. They can build up and, you know, gather, like, stuff and supplies and get their, what do you call it?
Yeah, they can learn how to play.
Thralls and all that kind of stuff, and and all that kind of stuff, and this is where they go. And then also the other one is it's really not like well thought upon to do the whole like we're gonna be your ally and then we'll betray you kind of thing. It's like, yeah, if you want to just rob me, that's cool. And then there was a lot of people also that would go around just specifically looking for young, like new players to murder them as many times as they could and keep them from being able to do anything.
What the fuck, dude?
Like,
we want you
to. They would literally log in every day. There were a couple people on the server that I was on last. They would log in every day and just go around killing the newest players as many times as they could.
Yeah.
And just because
I
gotta assume they're just a fucking pathetic loser and there's nothing in their life that gives them joy or something other than to shit on people who have no chance at all. Like, you couldn't take on somebody you had a chance of losing to. You only play against people that have not even a remote chance of killing you. Alright, loser.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's... yeah, it's a weird...
And then there was the Chinese. The Chinese are also a big problem on a lot of the servers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're Chinese. They're fucking horrible.
They'll come in and literally take over a server and make everyone slaves. And they call it slaves.
Yeah.
Like literally, they'll come in and be like, "There's 30 of us because we have nothing else to do. We're in communism, so."
I'm just gonna sit here all day and make all of you our bitches. Cause...
Essentially, yeah, they just overwhelm the server, and then make everybody have to turn in like work. Like they basically are like, you have to turn in X amount of like supplies or whatever every day, or we'll raid your base and kill you, and you'll never be able to play on this server. We'll make sure you can't even build a new base because there's so many of them that there's no way around it.
Yeah.
And they guess there's so many of them. There's like they'll do it in like big groups, like 10, 20 players at a time. So it's really tough to fight against for the majority of your regular players who are like, yeah, I play, a couple times a week, like, and on my night after work, like those people can't compete at all. Like it's just not fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they'll just take over servers like that, and that just is very fucking lame, and also kind of boring. Cause like what are you supposed to do? But I like PvE.
Game of Thrones game that I had played. There was literally an entire fucking clan of these fucking assholes.
Really?
That would
yeah.
attack anybody that was unshielded. So you literally had to be shielded all the fucking time. And there's literally like one day a week where you actually get points for attacking other people and shit.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's
And then,
really fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, some of us started like just attacking their lesser members and shit, and they're like, "Oh well, now we're gonna fucking attack everybody." Like, you were already doing that. What the fuck is the difference? That's no deterrent if you're doing it anyway. Like, that's not a fucking deterrent.
Yeah, it's pathetic. It's like it's almost like the Chinese government backs like a bunch of fucking losers to make the games difficult for Americans just out of like hatred for America or something like.
Yeah, although I have heard a lot of these games that are based out of like China or even Korea, like South Korea, the amount of money that has to be spent is like maybe 1/10 or less for the people in Korea.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about the ones like the cell phone games?
Yeah, like the pay-to-win fucking cell phone games, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I was talking about, like, survival games, because it happens in other games like Ark and stuff as well, where they'll come in and just take over, essentially.
Hmm. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if there's, like, fucking people that are, like, paid by, employees that are like, yeah, no, I'm going to set this up so that everybody is going to try to compete with my character. And so they'll spend more money. And then, like that kind of shit. Like, they're not actually spending the money to get it. They're just built up. Yeah. So they can try to piss other players off enough that they spend a shitload of money to try to catch up.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Yeah, they're setting it up. Oh, that's kind of tedious.
Yeah.
So they know that if everybody gets mad enough, they'll spend more money. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it kind of works. Because I hate my hatred of the people on the fucking that Game of Thrones game is when I started spending money.
Ah, okay,
so it works.
Yeah, you got sucked into there.
It worked. Yeah. So yeah, most of those games, dude. I learned my lesson and then I forgot the lesson. And then I had to have the lesson learned again. I think I'm done, though. I think I'm done with those games. Especially if whatever game it is, if you see the ads, and I don't understand this at all, but like the ads for these games, the gameplay that they show is nothing like the game.
That is a big problem. Yeah, that is a...
So yeah, if I see that, I know your game is dishonest and I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah, that's a really fucking obnoxious one.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Games that do that out there too.
Yeah, and it sucks, especially when it looks like a game you'd like to play.
Right?
You download it and you're like, this is nothing like that. What the fuck? When do I get to this part? I guess I have to play longer. Like, no, it just never was like that.
Yeah, that part doesn't exist. That was just there to make you spend money you don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fucking bullshit. So yeah, now I see that shit going down. I see the ads are fucking fake. I'm like, alright, you're obviously bullshit. No, I'm not fucking with you. I'm going to leave a 1 0-star review if possible.
And then uninstall.
Let everyone know. Yeah, and then uninstall it, yeah. So I used to just uninstall them, but like, no, I want to give them the shitty score first. Then I uninstall it.
Well, it's like Overwatch. I don't think I bothered reviewing it, but I just like uninstalled it a while ago. And it's just like I haven't played for a long time because it's just not worth it. It's like one of the guys that's in VR chat that's in the group I do karaoke with was talking about playing the game, and I'm just like, ugh, no. Like, fucking, it's a fun game, but there's so many hackers now because it's free to play and there's no consequences for getting caught. Because none of this stuff, like everything that you can earn in the game is all cosmetic. It's not pay to win in that respect.
Right.
So, you mean, does the skin really matter if you're banned? You just start a new game and you can play all the same characters and do all the same stuff just as easily. You know, and the skins is really, you don't even see your own skin. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And there's some games
first
where
person point of view, so the only people that see your skin is other people.
Yeah. If it's just first person, especially if it's third person, you can at least know it's fucking. You can see yourself, but although I remember, like on the Star Wars game, Star Wars Battlefront, there was shit that, like, you know, troopers or skins or whatever that you had to grind to get, and people would basically play as those specifically to show off that they got that far. It was really weird.
There's a bunch of skins like that where, like, I suppose if you had an account where you would all the really important skins or whatever, like, that would matter to you, but like, I don't know, to me it wouldn't matter one way or the other, even if I'm not cheating. I just
although that one, at least that one was, again, you didn't have to pay money to get it, you just had to grind to get it.
So it's most of it is grinding. Now they got battle pass, so you gotta like fucking pay a monthly fee and then grind to get all the stuff that you want, maybe.
But yeah, like on the Star Wars one, there would be certain levels. Like if it's all fucking like jungly or foresty or whatever, like a bunch of green and shit. Like I would play as a character where that would kind of blend in. It doesn't make a huge difference, but if you're playing as someone,
but you know, the color you make your character can really make a difference. Way more than that. Yeah.
So like, I would most people would be like, nope, I'm playing as a black stormtrooper because that's the highest fucking one, and everybody's got to know that I got the hardest one to get. I'm like, all right, cool. You're making it easier for me to kill you. I appreciate it.
There's an off-tank character who's like DPS, but sturdy enough that they can almost be like a tank for a little while because of the abilities that the character has.
Oh, gotcha.
She can put up a giant wall that's essentially like 4 tanks in a row blocking an area, or she can freeze and regain her health. Plus, she has a fairly high health amount for DPS anyway, so it's almost like fighting against a tank. Like she's really hard to kill if somebody who knows what they're doing is playing her. Her name is May, and she's like a little girl that like shoots snow stuff. And so one of her skins is May Ree, and it's like her in a Santa outfit that's all red. Well, if you're on a map where all of the colors are blue, like blue and white and gray, and there's a couple of those maps that are like snow maps, you really don't want to play her as May Ree because everybody's going to see her from a mile the fuck away.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to be able to sneak and do any sort of flanking. You're not, because everybody's going to see her immediately because it's this bright red fucking character in a world of blues. You know, like...
it's fucking, man.
There's also a stealth character named Reaper whose main skin is black. It's just like a black cloak kind of thing. And his whole thing is he teleports certain distance every like I think 10 seconds. He gets to unlock a teleport and he can teleport himself, and he can ghost out like he goes super fast and becomes invisible. He can't do damage, but nothing can hit him either. So you can get out of situations really easily. So if you play in him, you want to pick a skin. You want to unlock as many of his skins as you can and pick one that sort of blends into that map because, you know, you're meant to stealth in behind the enemy and hit them while they're not looking at you. You don't want him to be discovered way off because all his damage is really close range too. So he's got to sneak up on people. So a really like his Bane skin is like black and stands out really really bad. So you always want to pick a different skin. So that can make a big difference in how you play a game for sure.
But yeah, the ones that would be like, nope, if playing as the rebels, got to do the highest one. If I'm playing as the stormtroopers or the Empire, whatever,
yep.
I got to be the black stormtrooper because everybody's got to know every game that I got that far.
Weird.
Yeah, and like I said, I would literally like, okay, what map are we playing? Okay, this one kind of blend in. I'm not being the black stormtrooper because that's going to stick out like a sore fucking thumb.
Yep.
But then other people are just like, nope. Everybody's got to know all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I never understood the devotion people have to some of this stuff. Like, it's kind of wacky. Oh yeah, what is it? They just introduced not long ago. You can build golems in this game, the Conan the Barbarian games. You can build yourself golems that go and harvest stuff for you. That's kind of fun. Sadly, their harvest rate is so low that it's basically a waste of time. Like having them out there is like more trouble to check them than like it just takes so long for them to do anything.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, no, it's very much not worth it. There was something I was thinking about.
Did we talk about the Miss Netherlands?
Oh yeah, that was fucking wacky.
Yeah, that's funny. That's where Styx lives, dude. So he had jumped on that one pretty quick.
Oh, Styx lives in the Netherlands now? I remember he was stuck there for a while. I didn't realize he would move there.
Yeah, no, he's been there for fucking years now, I think.
Well, he initially was over in the Netherlands, stuck there because of COVID when it first hit. And he was like, I remember him talking about like not being able to travel back to the U.S. because he wanted to come back home, and then I guess he just got so used to it he moved there. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, he's been there for a while because they'll ask him every once in a while, like on his live streams, and he'll be like, "No, I'm sure I'm going to go back to the States eventually, but right now I have no plans to."
Oh, okay. I wonder what it is about the Netherlands that appeals to him, because he was in Pennsylvania, right?
No, Vermont.
Oh,
right?
Vermont, my bad.
Yeah. I think he said something about wanting to move to New Hampshire. Because of Phil Scott, like the governor's a fucking rhino asshole.
Oh, he wants to fucking move there and start working to get him out or something?
Well, I think he just wants to live in a different state instead of the state with the rhino
the state with the giant rhino asshole. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, because he's from Rutland, which is apparently just some shitty little town in Vermont.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the Netherlands is, I'm sure, very nice, actually.
Yeah, I always wanted to go to Amsterdam, dude. Never made it, though.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, weed, man. Back in the day, fucking weed.
Well, I got all the weed I want if I want weed.
Yeah, well, this was back when that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
It was like in my 20s, is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Now you can get it in Arizona if you wanted it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's not difficult to get the fucking green card or whatever the fuck to get weed medicinal.
Yeah. I still remember the fucking, what do you call it? I can't think of the name. Why can't I think of the name? That's gonna drive me nuts.
But yeah, it's funny because I would talk about wanting to go there and, talking about the weed thing. I'm like, no, there's a lot of cool shit there. Like in Rotterdam, they built all these weird cubist houses after the war. Like
Oh,
everything
wow.
got bombed out during World War II, and they were like, let's let some wacky architects just build some crazy house shit
Yeah.
here. Why not? It's a positive, recovering from the war. Yeah, and you know what I'm talking about? Let's see if I can find a picture of it real quick. But they made these crazy looking, they called them cubist houses, like, I guess similar to like Picasso's style, I guess.
I don't know.
Or
I've seen
something
a
like
lot
that.
of wacky architecture, so it's possible that I've seen them and just didn't know them as what you're saying. Just because, like,
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of shows on like architecture because I used to really like watching the things on tiny houses, and then that naturally will lead you down the pathway into like some of the new green housing and like earth ships and where they make it out of like pounded dirt and stuff.
Sure, build whatever the fuck you want. Whatever crazy shit pops in your head. And let you guys go crazy in this bombed out city. No, wait, this is a better one. This is a better, more look, head-on look, I guess. Meh, meh, meh.
Oh no, I haven't seen those before. That's pretty wacky looking.
Fuck, I'm not hearing you. God damn it.
I said that's wacky looking. I haven't seen these before though.
Okay, there we go. Mm. Oh, you'd never heard of that?
Nope, never seen these ones before. That's pretty nutty looking.
Yeah, so yeah, after World War II, they just...
Can you actually
Again,
live in the houses? Like, can you go around in the thing on top like an actual home, or is it just
Yeah, I've never
decorative?
looked at it
Like,
Yeah, I think it's... I assume there's living space in there somehow. They just did some crazy looking shit on the top.
yeah, like your
But-
walls just slant away from you, but you're like standing on level ground up there, no doubt.
Yeah.
Because I've seen
I-
a lot of various different variations on stacked cubes and blocks in housing.
Mm, yeah, and they just made them think, but functional somehow, I assume.
Yeah.
Actually, I've never looked it up that closely. I was just like, wow, that looks pretty cool.
Like there was a bunch of sort of stacked block housing that was made in Japan because the people wanted to make a thing where you could have your own house, but it would what's the term? It would you could move it. You could pick it up and put it on a truck and move it from one building to another building, and that was like the houses were basically just each was their own individual block, but they all stacked together and fit into like a staircase system. So you could, like you could slot them out and put them in different places, or say like you wanted to be on the bottom floor and your neighbor wanted like down there wanted to be on the top floor. You guys could swap your fucking whole apartment. Like they could pull out their apartment, pull your apartment there, and put his apartment in your spot.
Oh, okay. Interesting. It's pretty
Yeah,
wacky.
it's definitely really weird. It was definitely a weird concept, but kind of fits Japan, sort of like carefully, like measured out, like you get your little spot kind of thing.
Right. All right.
Oh, we could call it a day. We've gone as
I was
much
gonna
longer
say-
than normal.
Yeah,
Well, not much
just
longer
no-
than normal, but like we've gone past the
yeah.
3-hour mark, and I can smell dinner's about done. Like I'm like, oh yeah, they're about to serve that food.
All right. Yeah, and if anybody's watching, the second show is probably better than the first part of it. The first hour and 15 minutes. The second hour, the rest is probably better.
If anybody's watching, we hate you. Fuck off.
Yeah, everyone sucks. Bye-bye.
Oh,